It's Monday night, and as you all know by now, that means fashion night here on the channel, where we look at the red carpet, the stars, and what they're wearing at various high profile events, women in dresses, men in suits, and of course the watches they are wearing. My fashionista fascists, my critics of couture, my sartorial snobs are in the wings here. Let me add them in. Michaela de Chatillon and Dirk Kennedy. How are you guys? Great to see us.
Great to
Happy
be back.
to be here, as always.
1 p.m. in Washington State right now. The evergreen state, right?
Yeah, it's a rare gloomy day for July. It's kind of nice. It's been really hot, so.
It's been really hot all over the world. I guess this global warming thing has something to it. It's brutal in New York. Brutal. The humidity.
Took its time this time. I thought it got hotter sooner last year here in Venice, but it just really kicked in the past couple of days. As the viewers can see, I've got my Irish tan going, which basically means pale, ghostly white on this side and red on this side. You like
I always wonder how people do that. Do they lay like this?
Yeah. I'll be on the beach tomorrow like this.
Exactly.
And then I'll turn over, bake on the other side.
Right. You got to flip it over.
I got to flip it over like a piece of toast.
I always wondered about that because I always the other side look like the underside of a whale or a shark.
Right. Exactly that.
It's so specific, so true.
So true. It's like
you really do. You gotta rotate.
I guess it's
gotta stay still in one sunny spot. You have to turn.
I don't think I've ever seen you tanned, Dirk.
I'm not the pastiest of Irish people. I mean, I'm white, but I do tan. I just have to work at it.
Do you ever do it? Do you ever get out in it and do it?
I'm not super white now.
No.
Yeah, you have a nice complexion. It's kind of warm.
Yeah, that could be the video. I don't have any filters on camera. Ever since I switched to the iPhone camera, I used to use a filter, this sun filter. I don't use anything. I just plug it in and it just works.
You're just perfect now.
Oh no, now you can see all the lines in my head. I didn't realize I had those before. Oh boy.
Photo Dave Jacks, Florida, USA, and Post. Waiting for those blue eyes and Great Front Trio.
Indeed.
You want to see them? But there they are. Look at that.
Stop.
That's blue.
We were just commenting on your outfit tonight, Michaela. It's really cool.
Thank you.
Mind if we can see a little bit more? Like, do you mind standing up a little bit and showing us?
I'll show you a little. So
like you don't have to show.
This is a wool blazer. It's vintage. It's made in America. It's by a brand called The Villager. It was gifted to me by this really fashionable older woman, which is really cool. She gives me stuff all the time. And then I'm wearing a Rampley & Co. pocket square silk. The picture's beautiful on it. Decided to dress up a little bit in the spirit of Pitti Uomo. So.
And what do you have on the wrist?
Oh, I'm just wearing. It's like a little piece of jewelry. It's nothing crazy. It's my sister's actually, but you can't really see it. It's a bulova.
Oh.
The Timeless Women's Collection. I believe that's what it is.
Is that a vintage bulova?
It's not, but it's kind of made to look like one.
It sure does look like one.
That was actually the inspiration. Was she loves Queen's Gambit, and so I gifted this to her because it was the closest thing I could find to the little bulova her mother gifted to her at that show. I don't know if you saw it, but it was actually pretty good. So yeah.
Their original factory is about 1.5 miles from where I'm sitting right now.
Okay.
Yeah, it's in Queens, right?
Yeah, it's in Queens. There's a giant building. Now it's a commercial, like a corporate park filled with office spaces, but it's gorgeous, real kind of fascista architecture from the 20s and 30s. And it's got a big boulevard and still called Boulevard outside. And it's got a big clock. It's beautiful. It's got its own little parts in a little park right next to the highway. Very cool.
Yeah, it's beautiful old. Isn't it kind of like Metropolis kind of?
Yeah, it's Art Deco meets
Art Deco,
fascist architecture.
Great Gatsby.
Yes.
Looking.
Yeah.
Ricky McIntyre, hello from New Brunswick, California. Look at that. No, Canada. Is that Canada?
Sure is. Hey.
Hey,
Hey.
American Legends watches. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, great to see everybody in the room. Nathaniel's in
Always.
the room with a super sticker. Thanks so much,
Thanks, Nathaniel.
Nathaniel. What am I
He had
wearing?
a watch moment in the last week. Ooh,
Yeah,
boy.
we're gonna do it. We're gonna do a little episode of the three of us, because it's an Omega, and you're such an Omega fan, Dirk. I have to set that up still. I'm wearing the Audemars Piguet Royal Oak Offshore. This is the new acquisition, the Green Diver with the gold accents on.
Really
the
pops
dial.
on the screen.
Yeah, I mean it's AP pops, baby.
AP
Love.
pops.
And I'm loving, it's my favorite. This is why I get out in the sun so much. I just love the way all my watches look better.
Yeah, I was gonna say it looks really good with the tan.
Everything looks better with the tan.
Everything looks better with a tan. My gold
It's
watch
true.
now just really pops.
Sure.
You know?
Sure.
I know,
My
like
two
skin
tones.
cancer and all that, but I don't care. I love the sun. I love it.
You're
Die
wearing
young,
your,
stay pretty.
you wearing
Right.
your Speedmaster?
Always, as
Dirk?
always, representing
always.
Omega. Always.
Gorgeous.
As always.
All
What
watch
else?
ladies in the room. I'm whiter than white.
What? She's white. She's
We're probably
whiter than
healthier for that.
white.
Tim writes in the room, $5. If you guys are just joining the show, please make sure you upvote and consider becoming members by clicking on the join button. Support quality content. Thank you so much, Tim. By the way, the Watch Fashion Police is now a channel. It now has its own channel, and we'll be going out live on both channels from next week on. And all the previous episodes of the Watch Fashion Police can be found on there. If you want to go have a look at them, Watch Fashion Police. I have to find the link here. Look at me. Just doing so much research on Pitti Uomo, which is our subject this evening. Here's the link for the channel, guys, at Watch Fashion Police. I was afraid we wouldn't get the name, I didn't know if the name would be available, but it was totally available.
Was it?
Meant to be.
Be everything, including Instagram. We also have our own Instagram too. So
and we're off and running.
Yeah.
It's only a matter of
have to
time
check
before we're
that
on
out.
television.
That's cool. I didn't know.
E should pick this show up.
Who?
E.
Yes. It is
So
very
true.
It is
It is,
very
I feel like we're too big for E, honestly. I'm joking.
Well, let's let them decide.
Pacific Northwest in the hizzy, says Ben. So nice one. Good to see you. Marc Girard is in the room. That AP looks like it was cut out of the side of a submarine. Oh, yeah, baby.
It does. It looks like it's cut out of the side of some kind of magnificent machine.
Oh, yes. That's why we like our APs. So we're going to talk about Pitti Uomo. What is Pitti Uomo for all the people who don't know? This is, in Paris, in France, it's Paris. In Britain, it's London. In the United States, it's New York. Fashion Week, Bryant Park. I've been there several times when we did. Who did we represent back then? Valentino. Yeah, we were the Valentino boys, and etc. etc. And of course, in Italy, everybody thinks of Milano. But before Milano, you would be right about Milano. But before Milano, it was Florence. It was the Palazzo Pitti, Enzo Pitti, and it was for men only, really. And it is still a tradition. Twice a year, they have the summer and the winter events. And Hodinky did an article on this year's one because there were a lot of cool watches. Yeah.
Let's see them.
Yeah, I know. It's juicy stuff. Now I had to find. There's apparently Moonswatch and Rolex were the most featured watches of all. Yes.
That bandage actually is even nicer than the watch.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
That watch is that the Saturn?
No. That's Jupiter, isn't it?
No, that's the Saturn. Jupiter has a little Jupiter at 6.
I don't see the rings though.
The
God.
rings is. Oh, sorry. You're right. You're right. The other way around.
Yeah.
You're right. That
He's
is
got it
Jupiter.
on a NATO, like a proper NATO.
Yeah. That's what a lot of people do. They stick it. They take off that strap because most people they can handle the watch. It's nice and light. It's dependable. It's shaped like a Speedmaster, and that's always a good thing. And then they stick it on a real strap. They stick it on a rubber or on a real NATO. Now this guy, I'm trying to find out who all these characters are. This Max Vela guy, I couldn't find any photos of what he's actually wearing there in full, but he's mixing colors there, which is interesting.
He's wearing 80s pants though. Look at those with the like cummerbund top. Those are
Right.
big, and those are like Robin Williams wore those like on Mork and Mindy.
This article, it's because it's mainly is focusing on the watches. So there are some pictures of the actual like full outfits, but yeah, if you want to see the actual outfits of Pitti Uomo, you would want to look at like a separate.
Yeah,
There's
it's
so
a
many
giant
videos of
costume party.
This summer, it's so cool, but yeah, this is a good way to see the watches, and
Yeah.
a lot of people don't wear watches, so good to
Shame
have it all
on them.
condensed. I know, it's sad.
Because that I can tell you that shirt cuff has been over ironed. Look at that. Look at the edges
Yeah.
on that shirt cuff. Wow.
Yeah, he was going for that dramatic flair.
Mm.
What's
Is
interesting
that a good way to wear your cuff though? Like anytime I fold my cuff like that, it's always sloppy looking. It's way too big.
Listen, there's ways to properly roll up a sleeve. You do 3/4 up to the bicep. You do it incrementally. This is just for lack of a better term, this is kind of the Annie Hall look. These unstructured outfits, kind of loose fabrics, wools and linens, and it's just kind of tousled and layered. That's the Annie Hall thing.
I think this is the same guy here because he's got the moon watch on the same strap, but he's got a different. I think this is the Mark Vela guy. He's got a different getup going on there.
Yeah, this is a costume party. This is a costume.
Yes.
This is certainly not cutting edge fashion. This is cutting edge fashion for 1924.
Yeah, Pitti Uomo was actually a trade show, and that was the sole purpose of it for actual like buyers and big brands and artisans to sell clothes, show new trends. The men coming there dressed to the nines in their sartorially advanced outfits, their peacock outfits, and even now, unfortunately, streetwear, which is just does not work with this. That's more of a Fashion Week Milan thing. That's more of a Paris fashion. Like, don't bring that to Pitti Uomo. But that's just my personal opinion. Like, really casual. But this is a place where men come and socialize. It's a great place to network, actually. But the point of it was not originally to walk around styled. That wasn't really the point. It just so happened to be that way. And a lot of the people that attend are not actually buyers. They're not people, because you can't just show up to Pitti Uomo and purchase the clothes that these buyers and these artisans are selling. Even bigger brands will like show their new clothes. You actually have to be registered like bigger buyer for like a bigger business or a proper journalist, or they allow like a certain category of people to actually purchase, but you can attend to just socialize, and that's what it's kind of become, and that's even the most popular part of it now, honestly. So that's why it's cool. But yeah, a lot of the people that come there, they can't even buy anything, which is kind of funny.
So you're telling me this guy doesn't normally wear those red shoes with red socks
and gray pants and a blue
He's part of the
jacket.
red shoe cult in Hollywood, or with the elites. That's
Looks
what
like he's
wearing.
got his little Ukraine emblem here going on. There's a lot of color in that man. There's a lot going on, especially the red shoes. And I notice it's an Italian. I want to pick your brains about this stuff, both of you, about this Italian style. I mean, there were not.
This is not. This
socks?
is he's wearing bedroom slippers.
Those are
green
aqua
velvet.
socks.
Yeah, those are.
Aqua socks.
Those are just. I mean, that is houseboy, bring me my cocktail, or something a genie might wear when he comes out of the bottle.
Yeah, no, those specifically, I just don't think they look very elegant. At all.
And they're certainly not very masculine as well.
Yeah,
And
but
this,
it's still
and this
fun to
dude with
look
his
at.
gorgeous suit and his tie that looks like an apron or like an old cover in a kitchen in the 1970s on the table? Is that what I'm seeing?
Well, like she just said, it's peacocking. So they're doing everything that they can to. First of all, his tie is completely tied wrong. It's horrible. Who did that? Your third grader? But it's pops of color. They want to get photographed. They want, they just want people to see them. This guy's got, everybody's wearing every color of the rainbow. This guy's just boring in his beige with muted tones. And this guy, I like his suit. It's kind of interesting. What would you say? That's like a wool linen blend. It's really pretty.
Yeah.
But it's not structured at all.
It's interesting because you'll see when these people are being interviewed, you can find YouTube videos of the people of Pitti Uomo walking around and being interviewed, like, what are you wearing? A lot of them are not even wearing really well-known brands. They're wearing these small, like, interesting artisan brands, or they're like, this is my cousin who's starting a line of something, I'm wearing it. So it's really interesting, but that tie does need a dimple for sure.
So the moon swatch is perfect for this kind of occasion because there's a lot of color. If they want splashes of color, the moon swatch is a perfect place to start. Not that this guy really went for that. He went with the Jupiter. I have this watch and I can't bloody read the thing. I like the desert look of this watch.
Me too.
Yeah. But I prefer the Saturn. If you really want the deserty look, the Saturn is even better as far as I'm concerned. Trying to zoom on this thing and it doesn't work. Yes, he says here that he doesn't want. What did he say? He doesn't want to get robbed in the big cities of Europe.
Yeah, everybody's getting their watches nicked on mopeds and little Vespas and swatch. They just take them. So $275 is not a lot to lose comparatively to.
They're not going to steal it. There's no point. They're looking for Rolex. They're looking for AP.
Right.
You know what I mean? I went to Lisbon with my Royal Oak Chrono. I was just walking around late at night getting drunk.
That's crazy.
I left it at a restaurant by accident in the back with another, I think a gold watch or something. I had to go back. I was like, oh my God, I think I just lost $100,000 in watches. I suppose the great thing about these watches is they have the classic speedy look, but they're not. They're light. They have a certain color. If you're into different, I'm seeing a lot of outfits. I can see 3 colors right here, 4 if we include the watch. If that's what you want to do, I suppose regular watches can be a tad boring sometimes in that way. At least the moon swatches have an array of colors. I mean, if there's anything you can say about them, maybe it's that. Moving on, we have this chap here. What was he wearing again? I want to get back to the outfit.
Wearing palazzo pants. Greek Force says Pitti Uomo is the sprezzatura Super Bowl, which is hilarious. Doesn't that mean like carelessness? Sprezzatura.
Sprezzatura is the art of being stylish without looking like you're trying to be stylish.
Exactly.
It's it's just kind of laid back, but everything is actually carefully placed. It's a classic old Italian approach to style. And of course, down there, Pitti in Florence, nearby Florence, is Brunello Cucellini. So they show up and they do all their stuff. This is the art of sprezzatura here. He's got braces on. He's got a fucking regular old t-shirt and a scarf that's probably worth $3,000 or something.
That's Fendi, it looks like to me.
Yeah, I definitely think a lot of people don't understand really what sprezzatura is. You described it really well, but a lot of people think it's just like adding all these extra accessories and flares, and it's completely not about that. It's about looking, like you said, nonchalant, but at the same time looking really well put together. And it's an art form. It's calculated nonchalance.
Right.
And sometimes, like when you see them at peacocking and they're doing so much with all of their accessories, and if you look at pictures of Pitti Uomo, you'll see, like Dirk and I were just talking about, the crazy hats and the excessive lapels and the bright colors. That's not necessarily sprezzatura, but a lot of people don't know that. They think that it is because they're not quite getting it. But it's not really, sprezzatura is not really something that you can do. It's more like a lack of something. It's more like a lack of doing too much. But at the end of the day, if you don't look at ease in what you're wearing, you're not embodying sprezzatura properly, because you're supposed to look like
Look, you didn't care. You just walked out of the house looking like that. And you're fabulous, aren't you?
And you don't
it's
have to
calculated
worry about
carelessness.
yeah.
But this is yeah. I mean, I like those pants. I mean,
Well, the cut
they're
of them
maybe a
is
bit too baggy.
it's palazzo style. It's a straight leg, but it's very very roomy. That's indicative of the 1940s. That cut with cuff. I see everyone's wearing cuffs at Pitti Uomo. I guess the cuff is back. He's got the
And
Yeah, I
sash
noticed
belt.
that too. Yeah,
Mm.
on the pants.
A
I
lot of
noticed
cuffs.
that.
Yeah,
I've seen it done really well too, and it's making me rethink my opinions on everything.
me too. Me too. The
Right?
cuff can be when it's tailored beautifully. It can be fun. Oh,
It's like, wow, it's almost better when it's done really well.
true.
Yeah.
This next guy has a beautiful yellow gold Rolex
Day-Date.
Day-Date, old classic. Yeah, I
Beautiful.
can't zoom in on it. And he's going for that layback look. He brought his luggage too.
Brought his roller.
Sorry, we're on to different ones there.
Oh
Where's it
wow!
gone?
Look at
Yeah, there's
that.
a lot of stuff to get through, but I have to go back.
Oh.
Oops a daisy. It's a great website. Thank you very much for being shit. This is a 36 mil. This is about a $16,000 watch, 15,000
In gold, solid gold.
in
Huh?
solid gold. Yeah, maybe they've gone up since I last looked at one. The 41 mils, you're into the 40s and 50,000, but this is a kind of a fairly affordable watch if you want full on gold. Of course, this is the Dick Cheney watch, known as the presidential, with that bracelet and so on. So you're kind of an asshole if you wear it, kind of thing. But it's coming back. It's making a comeback, and obviously, what you've got here is a juxtaposition because this dude is very laid back in his style. Where is he gone? There he is, and the gold, the solid gold Day-Date, and his Beats headphones in his hand.
This is the
Do you know what
street
I'm-
style I'm talking about.
Yeah, this is just beyond
Take it to
my
Fashion
worst
Week.
nightmares
Get outta here.
ever.
Get out of here. Leave
Is
the
that
watch.
is that shirt just really wrinkly?
I think it's like a
Is it
melting
deliberately
tie-dye.
wrinkly?
Izzy Miyake in the
Is it
90s
silk?
was doing this silk kind of like a crinoline almost, and it everything he did was kind of folded and or creased, and it was part of the style. I'm assuming that's what this is because silk will do that. But yeah, and he's got sneakers on, which is horrible.
No, it's not ironic. It's just sloppy.
It's just yuck. I do like that watch though. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I'm just gonna say leave the
Yeah.
watch.
I love the watch.
I used to not really like the look, but
Me
those
neither.
watches,
I used to
I'm
hate
starting
every
to like
Rolex.
it a little more. I don't know. I think it's the more I talk about it, the more I get into it, the more I look at it, the more I get obsessed.
Your eyes get trained into it. First
It
time
does.
I saw Audemars Piguet, first time I saw any of these watches, I was like, ugh, gross, But now it's like crack cocaine. Moving on. Yeah, so that's street style. I'm learning now. This guy's gone summer style. We
Seiko?
don't know who it is. It's just watches that were spot at the thing. But this is a Seiko 5 with the Arabic dial.
Oh, cool.
This is an affordable watch. It's only with $200-300 maximum.
Wow.
It's got the Arabic numerals.
Get that at
That's-
Macy's.
Yeah, you can get it on Amazon right now or on AliExpress.
Is it real on AliExpress though? Isn't everything counterfeit on AliExpress?
No, a counterfeit, if one existed of this, which would be a complete waste of time because it's only a $200 watch in the first place, would be $5.
Wow.
You may as well just buy it on AliExpress for $200. It's a Seiko 5. It's a classic,
I like the
Nothing wrong with
Arabic.
that.
I love those numerals. That's very cool.
That's a nice touch. Yeah, it's really, it's like an entry level but good watch.
Yeah, pretty nice. Next, we have this chap. What is his name anyway? Alessandro Pironi with his vintage Cartier.
Yeah.
Woman's
watch.
Cartier.
Little
It's
baby
teeny.
one.
It's tiny.
I noticed
Super
a lot
baby.
of the men are wearing really small watches here. Maybe they just have big wrists, but it seems like they're going for smaller sizes. Well, I guess throughout the whole article, you'd have to wait and see. For the
Well, I
rest,
guess
but
everybody got sick of the giant watches, and it's coming around now. I mean, men used to wear tiny watches. It's amazing. You look at all the classic Hollywood stars; those watches are 34.
Mhm.
They're so small.
Oh, watch lady says, pleats, please.
Yeah.
That's the Issey Miyake.
Yeah.
What is she saying?
Izzy
Line.
Miyake.
Izzy Miyake sign. Line.
Yeah.
That's
Izzy
her
Miyake
person.
was famous for these, like, kind of origami style folds and creases in his
Oh, I see.
in when that was really big, late 90s, early noughties.
Is that what she's talking about right
Yeah,
here?
that's exactly what she's talking about. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. The pleats, the creases, The
Yeah.
fabric of that shirt is absolutely gorgeous, though. The
I
waffle.
know it just pops so much in
I
the
love
daylight.
waffle everything. I love it. Look at that. It's beautiful.
The event, Pitti Uomo, usually it closes early, like 5 p.m., just because the natural light's gone. And so people don't photograph as well, so it's just over. But people tend to meet up afterwards, like later into the night, like the men that come to just socialize. There's a couple different places, like really well-known places, like this cafe, something with the G, I forgot how to pronounce it. But yeah, it's cool. It'd be really fun to actually attend that and get to know some of the people. And you get to meet some really big figures in the sartorial world too, if you're lucky. So, because they're attending, especially the summer one. The winter one tends to be really a lot less busy.
That's the one to go to then, maybe.
Yeah, maybe for your first, it's possible, right? For your first one, some people recommend that just because it's a little less intense.
Let's go
and
do that.
intimidating.
Let's go do the winter one. I always feel like I'm passing through Florence. Always feel that way. Like all the other cities, I always camp out. I always feel like I'm just passing through Firenze. Always. And it's a beautiful, beautiful place.
Yeah, we got to start going. I want to ask you guys a few things here. So, is that too low to be wearing your front? Like that's going to come open there. I have another picture of one of those other guys, the Max Vela guy. And he's at some party. I want to ask you guys what you think because, okay, the lower button is always open, fine. But this thing, if that begins to start pulling apart, we can almost get down to his belly button. Isn't that a little
I mean,
bit
it's
too much?
maybe it's just 70s chest hairs back in style, a la Tom Selleck and Sam Elliott. Maybe the overt masculinity is coming back. They are Italians, after all. They're more hirsute than a lot of other genetics. Maybe that's big. Look, some guys have been waxed and prodded and Braziled now for the last 20 years, emasculated in a way where actual masculinity has been kind of on the back burner. So maybe just the unbuttoned, hairy chest is back. Maybe it is.
I like it. I'm glad.
Yeah, I think so too. I think
Maybe
men should
not
be
on
men.
everybody, but
Not on everybody, but Tom Selleck, sure.
This is the Max
yeah,
Vela guy.
stop
Oh, sure, on
waxing
Tom
your
Selleck.
chest.
Yeah.
No one should wax their chest.
No, they shouldn't
Don't
do
do
that.
Don't do that.
Manscaping within
Invasive.
reason.
Never done
Within reason.
Yeah,
I've
right.
never
if
done
it's
it in my
crazy.
life.
You never had like your back waxed or anything like that?
Well, my back, sure.
Sure, I've done that too.
Well, come on, your back, come on. That's a different
And they
thing.
you
say
don't wanna be-
women have to go through the hard beauty treatments. That sounds like a nightmare.
I mean, I can't imagine that at all. That's just, and then also just the whole idea of men finding that whole thing completely nude attractive, I think speaks volumes in a very negative way.
Oh, I see.
What
You know
are
what I
you
mean?
talking about, Dirk?
I'm saying it's a little pedophilic for
my
people to
God.
be attracted to something that's that nude. I think it's
Yeah, it's like smooth as a baby.
no, I don't think so. I think when you're attracted to someone, you should be attracted to the adult version of them.
The adult version of them. Well, I'm lucky with chest
That's a
hair because
bit
my
extreme.
chest hair is okay. Like it's kind of all nicely formed, but some guys just have
That's
like
not nice.
tuft of weird hair like this dude.
Yeah.
Like
This is
That's
like
just
it
like-
starts too low and it's kind of weird. You have to have great uniformity to chest hair for it to really work out well, to look good.
The previous
it's just getting so low.
Tom
down
Selleck,
there.
Sam Elliott, Alec Baldwin, those guys had it in their day.
yeah, the
then there's the
previous
good-
gentleman looked. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. No, sorry. You go.
No, the previous gentleman with the crisp white shirt. I think that looked good.
Yeah.
Just because, if it was fully buttoned, it would look very normal. And it needs to have some flair if you want to get photographed, if you want to peacock in any kind of way. And even these men that are dressed more understated, not as exaggerated dramatic,
Yeah,
they
that
do
looks good.
still go for like a little something interesting. And I see what he's doing, and I think it looks pretty good on him.
It does.
But yeah, he is like, it's a little like funny how it's like about to open up. It's a little slutty, but
I guess it looks strong. It's a strong shaped shirt. I find, you see, if I leave a little bit open there, But most of my shirts, as the day goes on, they begin to wither and roll down or whatever. You know
This
what I mean?
won't,
So they
though.
just
That's waffle cotton. That won't
that's
do
waffle.
that.
That's
It's got way
staying
more
where
structure.
it is.
Yeah.
Right. It's structured. Now onto the shoes, guys. What's going on with Italians? I mean, do they hate
Classic.
socks?
They hate
Like, don't your feet stink after being
They're
in
probably
full
wearing
contact with
Peds.
Okay.
You know, the little tiny slip-ons
Little
like
tiny
ladies get
slip-ons.
at the shoe store when they try on shoes.
Right.
You know, it is not the most masculine look, but listen, in Italy, where the loafer reigns supreme, now those are probably, you know, Ferragamo or Gucci or something classic like that. And you know, that looks good. That's the look. Guys who wear those little pads with other forms of shoes or sandals, whatever, they look horrible. But this looks good. This guy looks like he's about to get on a boat, have a glass of champagne, and talk about the Pitti Uomo. That's what he looks like.
Only in the summer, right? Only the summer in the right setting. But I have seen also dress shoes, different types, where they were obviously sockless and they were going for like a look. It's not right. You have to have the loafer for that, and you have to have the rest of the outfit to fit. It's all just like a marriage of all of these elements that makes it cool. But
it's just so Italian.
Northwest like that. Yeah.
Yeah, see this guy here, though, so Italian to show a little bit of ankle, like 2 inches of ankle.
Those
like
are high waters.
It's provocative.
It's
provocative.
Oh my God, it's the age of innocence. She revealed.
Whereas this guy behind them looks like a classic American look with his, you know, kind of has sweats and
sneakers,
and the sneakers. You know, there's such a difference between these guys.
He has shapely legs, though.
Yeah, he's runner. He does a lot of running.
Yeah.
Anyway, this Cartier looks beautiful the way it kind of peeks out like that.
Perfect.
I love that. Yeah, it's just the perfect little accent. He's keeping it, you know, he's got the sunglasses and the Cartier. There's his accents.
Yeah.
You know, he's keeping it simple.
I could see Clooney rocking that.
Yeah.
He would be fitted a little. That shirt's a little blousy. It's a little big for him, but that's a small complaint.
This guy, Romain from Gentleman Clover, he's wearing a Gigi Le Coultre.
Yeah,
Reverso. I just love saying that. Any chance I can.
It's got beautiful hands, but that suit, I hate double-breasted suits on men like that. It looks like he's in the mafia.
I love it.
I don't like
I love it. I
You
love
like
it.
that?
He looks beautiful. I love it, but not in an everyday setting. No, this is the time to be too much. You know what I mean?
Okay. Well, it's better than the guy who's on safari behind him.
Looks very.
You're right. This fucker has amazing hands.
Beautiful hands. Yeah.
My God, look at those perfect. That's a piece of art.
Yeah, they are. Look at you into hands now. You never were. He was like, I don't get it, Dirk. Now he's so into it. Listen, I love my hands.
It's one of the reasons I got into watches. It's like one of my, only decent features I've got.
Paul had always said that, because he's an illustrator, that, the drawing of hands is one of the most difficult things, the human hand. And when a man's hand with all the veins and a cocked back, thumb, when there's great, there's a great definition to a hand when it's a beautiful hand. Some guys have puffy hands, some guys have sausage fingers, and the worst offender, priest hands, which are freckly, a little bit sausagey, and they're tapered where they start out thicker and they get pointy at the end.
Tapered.
Tapered fingers are just it's a deal breaker.
No, are you talking about spatula-shaped hands?
Spatula? You mean like meat hooks?
Look, no, spatula-shaped hands is where it's wide here at all the knuckles and it goes in like a V shape. Some people have square workers' hands where everything is kind of like a block, like a square. And then some people I've spatula hands. Look, they start out wide and they go in.
Oh, okay, that's interesting.
That's a famous shape. But hands are so show me. Close your fingers. Put them all together. Yeah, you kind of
You look like we're being initiated into a cult right now. Put your hands and the fingers together. This is a sign. Help me. No.
When you're this into watches, like you stare at hands constantly.
I stare at hands constantly. I photograph them.
You said the worst offender for hands is the priest hands, but it's not. It's the little creepy alien ET finger hands. You know what I'm talking about on men?
The little pedo.
Yes, there's. I'm sorry if any of you watching have those. But just do something like rough up your hands a little bit. It's just it's creepy. Like, please don't touch me. It's really creepy. I'm
What
sorry.
also helps when you to get a manicure, because what happens is the cuticle on men's hands tends to ride up the nail, and
Yes.
what it does is it shortens the nail bed. So when a man has beautifully articulated fingers and hands in a manicure, they're all even, and there's no excess, kind of material there. So they use a device and they push them down. So it does, because men's, especially if you're working in water, they tend to web up. Because we're, it's evolution,
Yeah.
baby. We're like ducks.
Well,
Yeah.
this guy is like, I mean, I'm not sure I'm into this, but yeah, the hands are good and the watch is really fucking good.
The watch is gorgeous.
The,
I mean,
the reverso, where's it gone? There it is. Look at that classic fucking beauty. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I wish I need to go back into the reverso world again, because I had a gold one for a while and it was a
I'm
work
afraid
of art, but
that
it was a
watch
little
just
small
won't
on me.
work on you, my friend.
Yeah.
I just think it's a little dainty for a bloke like you,
Yeah, I know, but it's such a
It's
classic
beautiful.
shape.
You can admire it on everybody else. You know what works well on you. You know it. I mean, you could, but it'll look like you've got a postage stamp on your wrist.
That's the way it looked. It was a
Yeah.
gorgeous watch to look at and to photograph, but on me it was just, I guess you have to get used to the sizes as well. But yeah, anyway, this one looks like the stainless steel. I don't think it's a white gold. Small seconds, probably flips around to something more elaborate on the other side.
Sure.
In fact, this may be the reverse side. No, it's not the reverse side because the crown is facing that way.
Mhm.
Anyway, I mean, a classic watch. This guy's got a lot of taste. He's got a lot of class. Not sure about the lapel on that.
I'm not a double-breasted fan at all. Only on certain guys, and it's
fair.
but it's beautifully put together. And
And
Yeah,
this
it's not
dude behind
everyone's
him
cup
in
of
the
tea.
the
hat.
safari guy's got to go. Listen, look at he looks like he's out to bag an elephant.
Actually, he's there
Also,
to
does he
hunt for the
have-
peacocks. That's what he's
Does
doing.
he have a waist? Does this guy eat food?
No,
He has a 20-inch waist.
It looks like it's a leg.
I mean, he's got a giant Panama hat on. I mean, that is insane. But look at that.
Yeah,
That's a
that's
jump.
kind
Is that
of-
that is a full-on safari, tunic kind of suit. That's what they wear on safari. It's crazy. Or he works at a rubber plantation.
It's fun, but I think that he is a little bit too I want to say soft looking for that. I think if he's a really masculine,
If he was a
big
rugged
shouldered guy
piece of
wearing
meat.
something
Yeah.
like that, it would just be so cool. But it doesn't mean it's poor quality or anything like that. But yeah, I mean it looks silly on him, let's be honest.
Yeah, it does. It looks
He
silly.
looks low key creepy, like a little bit creepy.
It
I
is
like
a
this
tad
guy's style in the
creepy.
back, though. The guy with the black shirt and the white slacks with the beard and the loafers. That looks like a great style for this thing.
It's just
But
like
you don't have a picture.
Yeah, simple. Very
Yeah.
simple. Looks
And
Well
again,
done.
look, the 2 inches of
Yeah.
ankle.
Mm-hmm.
The pants rolled up a bit. I want to talk about ties really quick. I like the way this is all nice and neat.
Mm-hmm.
I have an aversion to ties when they're loose and hanging around. They remind me of Trump or whatever. Or
It's not
some
it's a good look. This is a
car
beautifully
salesman or something like that. I'm not into that kind of thing. And I was looking around some of these, some of the pictures from around the same time at the same event, and I came across a lot of stuff. I think it was from that Max Vela guy, and there's this look that I'm interested in. You guys can tell me what you think, and I've often seen it, where you wear a tie with a sweater and you make the full tie, and then you tuck the tie into a sweater like that. Is that what do you guys
Sure.
think of that
It's
look?
lovely. I love it. Sure.
that's adorable, cozy, cute. I love it.
Yeah.
But you have to have the right elements. If you have the wrong tie, you have the wrong. It can look too bulky. Like this, it does look bulky, but when it's actually on a person, it could look a little better. But
Yeah, you can't do
I
a
think it's
double
cute.
Windsor on that. And he's with that tie, that looks great like that.
yeah,
I mean,
it's going to
and
be
also-
very warm, so I would only wear that in the winter.
Only in the winter, but
And I
it's,
think
it's
I would-
just so neat and so
Mhm.
it's kind of dapper. It's if you're wearing a sweater over a shirt, it's a lovely way to dress it up. And
Maybe a
again, I have this.
V-neck.
I always like when ties are held in position. You put a clip on them, or you tuck them into something. Like I don't like when they're just flopping around. You
That
look
would
like
drive me
some
crazy,
two-bit
yeah.
lawyer or something.
Yeah, that would drive
Mm.
me crazy. I think that would look better with a V-neck.
I was just gonna say that. You read my
Yeah.
mind. Yes,
Just
100%.
to give it a little. Let's see it a little bit more. A little
Yeah.
more leg.
Give
Let's
it a
see
little bit of
more.
spotlight, a little bit of
But that's
stage.
definitely a cool look, and I think that would look good on you, Eugene. It would.
Yeah,
But not the color orange like that.
I love
Not the
orange.
color, yeah, just the style. There
Well,
was a ton of
orange
other
is great,
photos
but
where they
not
didn't.
for everybody. Sorry.
Not for everybody. That's true. I don't wear it, and I love it.
It looks
love
really
orange.
good if you have like that Brazilian skin tone.
Oh,
Orange
sure.
looks
God.
so gorgeous.
It's like
sure.
yellow on a black woman is just gorgeous.
Oh
yeah,
yes,
exactly.
Oh,
Yeah.
incredible.
incredible.
Now we're getting a bit more street here.
Yeah,
This
which
chap,
is-
I don't know who he is. Do they have his Padraig Whelan
Right.
of Brother Wolf?
There's
his
so
birthday?
many
Oh,
Irish there.
Padraig, there's an Irish hand. Look,
Yeah, he's priesty. Those are priesty hands.
they're
Look at that.
priesty hands.
He's got freckles. Not a bit of hair on them. Bit of freckled.
God. They're
Right.
freckled with no hair.
Right. Bless me, Father, 5 cent.
I like his ring.
Oh, you like rings,
his-
right? We went down
Oh,
that road
they're
already.
creepy, horrible.
You don't get it. You don't
No, it's just no, because
There's
the
a dude
creepy
later
priest
who
wants me to
has
sit on
rings.
his lap. No.
There's a guy later on who has rings, and maybe you're going to dig those. It doesn't look as bad, but this guy with that, and the thing is cutting into his chubby fingers.
Yeah, he's got
It's-
really his hands.
The
are
ring
just-
is a little queer, yes. His mother made it. If you look at the description, his
It
mother
was
made
his
that ring.
grandmother's.
No, his
Oh,
mother
really?
made it.
His mother
That's
made
kind
it.
of
Okay,
cute.
well,
But you know,
that's
if you don't know the sentimentality of something, how can you care, right? So I get it.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't really like the big like, what is it? I prefer a wraparound ring that's kind of relatively the same size, but the band of the ring is too skinny for that.
Yeah,
big,
it's skinny is
big-
digging
yeah.
into his fingers. Now, about the watch, this is your classic old, as Dirk would say, farty, two-tone, Datejust.
That's the fartiest of them all.
Yeah. And
Yeah, a
now,
lot of
by
my-
now the bezel has been worn down a fair amount now.
Mm.
Doesn't have
A
the
lot of my
sparkle.
older customers, I have a lot of like older Korean wealthy customers that come here, and they love those. They're all wearing those.
It's a
Yeah.
popular watch. It's sold so much for so long.
I think it's the reason why I never liked Rolex until later on, because I thought of that and I was like, ew, I hate those.
Right.
I still hate them. I don't like the gold. I think it's the ugliest yellow. I hate that very worn down looking. I know that the bezel wasn't as the knurling wasn't as deep, but I just don't think it's attractive. I just never liked that watch. The crown is very kind of fey, you know. It's just meh. I don't like that watch, and I don't like this guy. I don't like his hands. I don't like his sloppy outfit.
Yeah, I don't like his outfit now.
He's got a
He needs-
phone in his hand. Put your phone away. Put
If
your
you just want
phones
to come
away.
to PT, if you just want to see the outfits of Pitti Uomo, watch it on YouTube later. If you're actually going to show up, don't show up like that.
Yeah, if you're gonna
Just
show
rude.
up, show up.
And you know, these men, they are kind of like competing with each other. Humans are always competitive, no matter what people say. It's just like our nature. So they're kind of competing with each other, and you know that they're kind of judging this guy in his streetwear. Maybe he doesn't care, and you shouldn't care, but at the same time, it's one of those things where you should show your respect, because the most sartorially advanced men gather twice a year to have this special meetup, this networking event, and you're ruining it. You're
Yeah.
killing the vibe.
Yeah,
Sorry, it's true.
he's an interloper.
I can't look at these hands any longer. They're killing my balls.
Be
Take
gone.
it away. Take it
Be
away.
gone.
Get it out of my sight. Okay, this Marco Zamblado guy with his Patek Philippe Aquanauts. Now I have photos of him. If
That's a pair of man's hands right there.
yeah, nice hands. Obviously Italiano.
Yeah.
And let me see if I have the right dude here. Yeah, this is him. I'm going to share over. Now, obviously, that's the green dial, green strap, Aquanaut, also known as the grenade, because it looks like a bit of a grenade on the
it
dial.
does.
This is an extremely hard watch to get. It sells on the market for well over 100 grand, as far as I know, or approaching 100 grand. Paul McCartney wears one of these, not in the green, but in black. One of the most sought after watches in the world. Now he went, I have this dilemma all the time with this green watch I've got on here. He went for this deep, big blue and the green watch. He's pulling it off though, right?
Yeah, I guess.
I'm not crazy about that watch. much. I think if the colors are fine together. It's just, I don't know. If you're going to get a Patek Philippe, I just don't like. I think of just such a charming classic look, and that just this style's not. Yeah, but if it's rare, it's cool and all that. But I don't know.
He's wearing double-breasted too.
I don't really like posing with the iPhone either.
Ugh, what's with the phone
It
posing?
just makes me
put the
depressed.
phone
It's
away.
like, oh, the technology's taking over the world. We're done. Yeah.
Well, especially when you know there's cameras on you all the time. Just put the phone away for 5 minutes.
Yeah,
This is the
exactly.
chap here. Plenty of style.
He's got the right body for a double. Look at that. That's great style. Look at that
That's
overcoat. This looks like a Canali ad.
It's a bit
Beautiful
canally, isn't
overcoat.
it?
Beautiful overcoat. Stovepipe pants. Kind of hush puppy, suede shoes. Great. Yeah, this guy's got it going on. Great.
Look at
Look
this
at that.
coat.
Oh,
I saw
Jesus.
this coat. I was like, I want
Oh,
this.
I want that
Beautiful.
coat.
So bad.
Man.
It
He's
looks
got
bespoke.
jeans. He's got a black polo neck on.
This is the same guy, right?
Same dude.
This guy's got it going on completely.
Yeah, there are 4 days, I believe, each time. So you have different opportunities to sport different outfits. This coat definitely looks bespoke. Because,
Yeah,
yes,
it does.
it's big, but it looks like it perfectly fits his shoulders and arms, even when it's open like that. So.
Well, you know what? Italians all have great tailors. Look at that. It's gorgeous. Wow.
Dark wash jeans. They're your
Beautiful.
favorite, Michaela.
Me too.
Yeah, I like selvage denim best.
Yeah, so
I
the
saw
Japanese real stuff, the wax
this,
denim. Oh,
This customer came in the other day, and he was wearing this really nice outfit. He was just so casual looking, but so cool. And I before he left, I was like, "Is that selvage denim?" He said, "Yes." Nobody recognized that. I'm like, "I appreciate you. I appreciate you."
What the hell is selvage denim?
it's
I
a
don't even know.
Japanese style of.
We have an English one too, but yeah, Japanese is the most quality. But somebody asked me in the chat if the leather jacket is dead. See, not too many are wearing them. The leather jacket is not dead, but Pitti Uomo would not be the place to wear it because leather jackets are casual. So leather jackets are not dead, but you can definitely look dorky if you're not wearing the right one. You should just watch my Belstaff jacket video. Just joking. I mean, I'm showing women's jackets, but leather jackets are not dead. Get a Belstaff gangster jacket. There's different colors. Cognac. I believe there's black.
Andy Garcia,
They're not
Edward
dead.
Snowden. That's funny.
That's a great comparison. Edward Snowden and Andy Garcia.
It's actually a good moment to plug Michaela's channel. Thank you for reminding me.
Let's do
Michaela, the Maison de Chatillon, guys. Michaela has a beautiful channel. You guys should go over and check it out. I'll put a link in the chat right now if you want to get straight over there and make sure you come back to us. But yeah, give her a sub if you want to hear about all this kind of stuff. If you like what you see and you like what you hear, check it out. Michaela, you need a lavalier microphone. I'm going to send you one.
Okay, you're right. No, I've been in microphone hell. I don't even want to talk about it.
I will take
So
care of it.
stupid.
I will take. Thank
you
you for the
told me,
coffee, by the way. I got the coffee in the mail.
Yeah.
I still haven't
Julius
opened it
Mino.
yet. She sent me some amazing coffee, Dirk. Two packets. But I want to finish off the coffee that I have open in the fridge before I open this one, so it's nice and fresh. But thank you. Now I'll set you up with the right stuff for audio. Anyway, this guy, very cool. I love his.
Very cool. He's the best in show so far.
This is turtleneck, right?
Yeah.
Now, when I did the Canali thing, that's what they kept putting on me. I think they were like, well, She's got a bit of extra fatness.
No, actually, that's not going to work very well if you have, and you don't have that. But when you have if you have a double chin, it's just going to make it look worse.
I agree.
Yeah.
I think it can also erase some of your height. It's really
That's
weird
true.
how these small things, they make a difference. I'm very
Really?
petite, so I have to be careful with turtlenecks, but once in a while, I think a mock turtleneck's fine. I mean, I'm talking female style, but yeah, I definitely think it does take away some of your height for sure. It just makes you look a little, not you, I'm just saying anyone, it makes them look a little
in
squattier,
general, yeah.
like a little bit squattier, but it doesn't mean it looks bad. But I don't think
That's
it
interesting.
hides it very well. Like Dirk was saying, I think it kind of just puts attention on the fact that
You
your
focus.
face is big. You know what I'm saying? If that's the problem.
I don't know why the stylist just kept throwing turtlenecks at me. That's fine. They look great.
No, they look good on you.
Really good.
Because the
Yeah.
stylist thought it looked good on you, and they were right. It did.
So what are
Time
we
to pull up the
thinking about
pictures.
this?
Sorry.
Yeah, I'll send you the stuff. I'll send you a copy of the magazine. It's actually kind of fun.
Cool.
Actually, in the end, the turtleneck was what made the big spread, the double spread, the opening page. I was surprised about that. I thought there were better photos, better jackets. Man, oh man, do I want those Canali jackets that I wore on that fucking shoot, man. But what do we think about this? The green.
I don't like it. I don't
You know,
like
the green with the blue. I mean, isn't that a clash?
It's too green and it's too blue. If they were more muted colors, it would work, but it doesn't in this context. It just doesn't. It's just
Yeah, for the sake of nitpicking, I'll have to agree with Dirk on that.
yeah. Plus, I don't love the Aquanaut at all. Ugh. I don't get it. Even though the grenade part
Watch
of
as Brian says, get the coffee out of the fridge. Refrigerators dehydrate the beans just to keep in a cool, dark place. Of course, I know that, but I'll tell you why. Watch this, Brian. When you put coffee beans, especially fresh ones, in the fridge, I mean, these aren't very high quality. The ones Michaela sent me are, so I won't be doing it with those. But when you put a brand new bag, it removes any stenches from the fridge that might be just lingering from whatever cheese or whatever you had in there. And every time you open the fridge, there's the most beautiful smell of coffee comes out of the fridge. It's just like the best smell ever. So that's why, yeah. But thanks for the lecture.
Does it absorb it? Does it absorb the scent?
I think it might. And when I was trying fragrances there, shooting a video last year, and fragrances knock my head off. And I'm not a big expert. Dirk, by the way, is. We'll probably do a fashion police on that at some point. Because I'm into wine and everything, and I'm all about focus on tiny, tiny details and smells. You stick my nose into a fragrance, and it's like, I don't know, it's like throwing a violin into a fucking furnace. Like, it just blows my head off completely. Mm-hmm. So I was getting dizzy and so on. So then they started handing me coffee beans, like a little jar of coffee beans, and they're like, just snort that, and it would just clean out my entire head again, and then I could smell then I could get back to smelling extremely pungent smells.
Well,
again.
I mean,
it was just
I'm afraid to know what fragrances they were putting in front of you, but if you ever see any kind of olfactory, the people that are the noses in the industry, the people that designed the fragrances, there's coffee all over their workbenches. That's how they do it.
That's how they do it.
That's how they do it.
Moving on, this guy, this is Raffaele Cavicchi, and he's doing a kind of, it's going a bit street. Let me pull up other photos. This is a Bulova IWC mix. This is an interesting, strange that you're wearing a Bulova tonight, Michaela.
I like how he says Bulova.
Bulova.
It's the Irish.
I like it.
Bulova. I like it. Bulova. I like it.
I think it's got an Accutron movement in there, not a non-quartz one. But because they use the tuning fork and everything, right? 360 hertz. So this is a really interesting watch, and this is an interesting guy. So he's a designer. I want to pull up a different photo of him, and once you kind of get to know the guy, you begin to kind of warm up to the watch attitude he's got. You know what I mean? Where's the window? Here he is. I guess it's from exactly the same day because it's the same watch, same top. Interesting enough, dude. He's always smoking a cigar. I don't know if I'm into that kind of top. It's a bit weird.
I mean, is he in a Sherman tank?
That's the vibe he's going for.
Yeah, it's a militarist. Oh, he's got leg tattoos.
He's got tats on his.
And he's not legs. A bad-looking guy either.
He's getting a bit experimental. He's sitting on a garbage can.
Kicking his legs while he's sitting on the bin, looking like a little guy.
Yeah, he's got the new thing with tattoos is that they're not combined in any way. Is he wearing a Schumacher?
Yeah, look, that's the next thing I want to get to.
Okay.
So there he is smoking a cigar again. Now he's gone a bit more dapper, but I spotted this and I was like, I have to save that photo for Dirk because he's got the red in the shirt. He's got this Schumacher, which is a reduced. That's
it is
reduced.
Yeah,
you can tell by the position of the crowns of the pushers versus the crown.
35.
That's the same watch you have on.
Right? Yeah, but in red. Yeah,
but in red with a red strap.
Yeah,
it's kind of cool. It's a bold choice.
They come in yellow. There's 35, 10, 61, 62. There's 35. There's a whole bunch of them. There's a whole bunch of Schumachers. There's the Panda. There's a reverse. The red one, he's got it on a. That's obviously not a factory strap. That's a custom strap, but
Yeah.
it looks kind of small on him. He's got a big muscular forearm, huh? This guy. Look at that big muscle down the side.
Yeah, he could wear a much bigger watch and get away with it.
But it looks cool. It looks cool. It looks like Michael Knapp did that strap. Doesn't it look like Strap a watch?
It does look like Strap a watch.
Yeah.
Maybe it is. Maybe because Michael Knapp made me a red one that I'd stick on my Speedy all the time.
Yeah.
Maybe he's a fan of the channel and he fucking reached out and got the same one. That would be cool. But there's yellow stitching. See the way he got the yellow stitching in it?
Yeah, it's beautiful. That does look like Michael Knapp to me.
It does. It could be Michael.
Really
That's so fun. It would be so funny. Great hands again.
Great hands.
His fingers look a little browned from the tobacco smoke.
I think he's I think he's laying in the sun like this and this.
He's rotating.
He's got beautiful hands, and the watch looks great on him. He's got really great forearm for a watch, and it doesn't look too small. It's great.
I'm not opposed to blue and red.
We should just get a couple of Schumachers.
I would ask him if I saw him in person. I'd ask him like, "What are you wearing?" I do that all the time, but especially when there's something that pops like that, I'm like, "Can I see your watch?"
Yeah, but you're a gorgeous blonde with big blue eyes.
Like, oh my God, that watch would look amazing on you.
Oh, on you, that would look amazing.
There is this like Russian woman that came in the other day, and she's wearing this huge, what is it, hublot? And I was like, "What are you wearing that?" I'm like, "Where? Like, what is that about?" And she's like, "I don't know." Like her husband gave it to her. I'm like, so random. But I'll ask women, I'll ask men. I don't mind. I mean, usually people are pretty receptive to it. But yeah.
If you're a dude, it's a little bit different. They think you're casing them, or they're like, "Fuck off! Like, leave me alone. Stop staring at my watch." It's different for you, Michaela.
That's what I said. You either start talking about watches, or he punches you in the mouth.
Yeah, it's one or the other.
Yeah.
It's honestly not worth risking.
Yeah.
No, I was talking to my sister about that the other day, and I've been trying to get her a little more into watches just because I'm a little bit into watches and I've been kind of looking more. So I've been trying to inspire her, and it's catching on, which makes me happy. But she's like, we should go to the Bravern in Bellevue and we should just ask people what they're wearing and film it. I was like, maybe we might get 3 people that would stop. I know, we might actually do it too. You have to go on a weekend though, because the Bravern, it's this like luxury shopping center in Bellevue, and there are, there's a Prada store, there's an Hermes, there's Omega, sorry. There's a lot of different.
You could say it any way you like.
You can.
I want to say
Omega,
I want to say
Omega.
it properly. I want to say it properly.
There is no proper way. Even Reinhold Eichelman says it every which way, but upside down.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, but we're gonna go there, and we might do that. I mean, it was her idea, but I was like, that can make a cool video. I'm probably going to go there today, actually, to go to the Omega store with Eric.
Chris Agroni says it's the factory strap, by the way. Dirk, look at that.
Really?
That's interesting. Okay, thanks, Chris. Great to see you in the chat. I hope you enjoyed the shot of guys drinking Negronis earlier in the show as well. Michaela, have you found yourself, since you've been showing up on my channel and you have a lot of watch enthusiasts following your channel, have you gotten more into watches yourself since then?
Yeah, definitely. I think being around people, even though it's virtual, who are passionate about that, it always inspires me. When people are really into something, and watches, there's craftsmanship, there's art and beauty. There's also a lot of ugly stuff, so it's really fun to just kind of explore that world. And Eric is very into watches, and so that kind of initially got me into them. I've always noticed it even before I knew any brands or anything. Just looking at a man wearing a watch looked a lot more masculine. I was always attracted to that, but yeah, I definitely found myself being more inspired and interested in it. And yeah, definitely. And yeah, there are a lot of watch guys that have come over to my channel, and when I do live streams, they chat with me. It's just fun. I like being a part of the community. It's
very cool.
It is indeed, yeah.
Dirk, this next guy,
you.
you might think he's a ride. Paul Croughton.
I don't.
With his vintage Vacheron Constantin. You don't? You don't like the gray?
You have no idea.
No, you're not into this.
Let's ask Dirk. What would you change?
First of all, I just hate his whole. I hate his little moccasins one. If I see tassels on a man's shoe, you need to leave. They look like
I'll show you other
moccasins.
photos
And
of
he's
him.
pasty
Right
and
here.
smooth. He looks like a, I don't know.
Here he is on the left.
No.
You don't like this? That's a dapper motherfucker, no? That's good gray hair, man. When my shit
Good.
turns completely gray, I've got to have that haircut.
Yeah,
Because
the
I can
silver
rock that
fox
haircut, no
thing.
problem. Yeah. I
I
can do the
actually
silver
know what you
fox
mean,
thing.
though, Dirk. It's like the silver fox look, but a little bit too. It's just too perfect. It's just not. It's too smooth and perfect. It needs to be a little more natural and
I
rugged.
don't know. This guy just looks like he's peacocking a little too hard for me. Anson Mount, the Captain Pike from Star Trek Strange New Worlds, that guy has the greatest gray hair I've ever seen on a man. Like this guy. Yeah, I'm sure he was very popular in high school and he was probably on varsity and you know.
I like the way he has the tie nice and neat again.
It's a
Tucked
very
in,
weird
you
knot
know.
though.
It is an odd one, yeah. It is kind of
Very loose. It's got no definition. I like it to get tuck in, dimple. If there's no dimple, it's got to at least be tied right. There's so many different
maybe
variations.
it's the fabric it's made of. It looks like a pure wool or something.
You see how it's bunching on the corner? That should never happen, and that's when you put it through
right
the
here.
loop. Yeah, that should be. That should
Yeah,
be.
it's a weird material. Though.
It's weird.
You're
Yeah,
right.
it's weird.
And is that
What is
corduroy,
it?
that
Knit
jacket?
something.
Yeah, looks like a velvet.
Corduroy or velvet suit.
Everybody with the double-breasted. I guess it's back, and I just
Knit ties are tricky, honestly.
knit is very tricky. You know,
And he's wearing that vintage Vacheron. Good veins through the hands. Good look. I think there's another shot of it. Oh, this is him at Watches and Wonders.
I was gonna say that looks like Watches and Wonders.
I walked right past there many times. Didn't see this guy, but I wouldn't have spotted him anyway. Not everyone was dressed as well as this guy at this show. A lot of people were a little bit dumpier.
It's so nice when people are dressed up for events like that. You came all the way to
Canali and Bodgy.
You came all the way to Geneva. Is it Geneva, right?
Yeah, I was. Well, we were all invited to the Watches and Wonders thing. Actually, I just bought tickets for it. And Canali and Bodgy dressed me for it. So I was like, fuck it. Yeah, let's do it. And Carl Frederick paid for everything. So I was like, okay. And then I just got completely hammered for the whole weekend. I looked like shit the entire weekend. My face was puffy as hell because I was meeting all these friends there, like Irish lads and stuff. Oh boy, it was trouble. Anyway, beautiful Vacheron Constantin.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
I mean, this must be 1940s.
It looks gorgeous. Love the vintage.
Yeah, he likes those ties. He likes the knit ties. I mean, usually you do a Prince Albert knot with that tie, but he doesn't seem to do that. He does the 4-over. Okay, looks good. He's got very, very kind of smooth. He's never worked a hard day in his life. Kind of hands.
Yeah.
I like his rings though.
Oh God!
Oh, Jesus, it's so
You're gonna
Are
lose
you
your
triggered? Really? Are you
triggered. I see a man with rings, and I'm like, oh, God, wow, creepy. It's creepy.
I like
just think
creepy
creep,
guys, I guess.
creep.
No, not everyone.
Slender gold bands.
No, I think like
I could see one
robust
thick wedding band is attractive. But like you see a guy with a guy with
You're
a
only
thumb
attracted
ring.
to men with wedding bands, Dirk. Oh my goodness.
No, I'm just saying. I see a guy with a thumb ring, and the first thing I think of is bottom.
I don't know. I think like a nice, tall, robust guy with a couple of.
You're gonna see one of those guys.
It's just so boss. I love it.
There's a guy coming up. Okay, I want to talk about this because this is my favorite photo from the whole thing. I mean, first of all, that is the original root beer.
Mm-hmm.
This was not a popular watch back in the day. There were two. There was
I wish we had a time machine so we could go back and buy them all.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
So it came in two-tone and it came in full gold. There's a friend of the channel, Carissa in Miami. She has one of these, and when she rocks it, it is such a power piece. Called the root beer, of course, because of that coloring. It is now made. It's come back onto the scene in new form. It's one of the more popular watches. But these are the classic ones. Clint Eastwood was the guy who would wear one of these. Or it may have been the two-tone one. But he made that. He was the only guy doing that. And we've got the rings.
There we go.
That's what you... Look, he's got one over here. He's got two. He's a pinky guy. He likes these big fucking things on his pinky.
And he ruined some beautiful hands he's got there.
Yeah, the doodles are not the best on
The
his
doodles.
hands,
That's exactly.
but his hands are so sexy. They're perfect.
You
But
just
yeah,
nailed it.
his
The
4-year-old
tattoos
daughter
are doodles.
He's just got
Yeah.
nowhere written.
Doodles. Everybody's doing
a
the
love
doodles.
heart,
It's
like
the
it's on
new
the
thing.
on a school desk.
Oh.
Yeah, right.
At the back of
But
the class.
I love Siobhan.
The coloring, though, the beautiful deep emerald goes with the chocolate dial so well.
Oh,
I
Sure,
think
the
that-
color
so
is
good.
great. And
That's
I
just
love
like a perfect marriage of colors and tones. It's like my eyes are so loving this.
I want that jacket.
watch.
I mean,
The jacket's
the watch,
beautiful.
the watch, and the jacket. I mean, look at the green. It's just
Yeah, it's
wow.
right up.
He's
right
got
up.
that last button undone,
Yeah,
which is a
that
little
is-
sartorial touch, right?
That
but I
didn't
mean,
that
it
set
could-
your heart afire?
Yeah, no, I'm glad about that. Honestly, though, it could be tailored a little bit more.
Skosh.
It's a little bit big, but
Bit big.
it's you can tell he goes for he's a rebel, right? So he goes
Yeah.
for a little rebellion, has the tattoos on his hands.
Oh, wait till you see
Yeah.
what kind of rebel this guy is. So he's an artist. This is the kind of stuff.
Oh,
he
that's
does, very
beautiful.
Americana kind of stuff. It looks
Wow.
like a Lana Del Rey
That's
video.
beautiful.
That is beautiful. Oh wow,
Look at
That
this
really is.
magnificent art.
beautiful.
He also does Native Americans as well. It's not just about these guys, but look at this magnificent Americana art. This is the dude. Look at him.
He
You
looks like
know?
he would paint that.
Yeah.
Wow, he's amazing. What's his name?
Let me get his name for you right now. One sec. Go back to the site. His name is Mark Maggiori. Maggiori. Mark Maggiori.
Yeah, this is what I
Tropical
mean
chocolate dial.
when I say that. Even though I'm not as much into modern art, I'm not talking about stuff like this. That's actually so much talent and time and detail into it. Like, I love it. It's so beautiful.
Yeah,
I mean, this is amazing work.
that is beautiful art. I mean,
Yeah.
wow, look at the musculature on those horses. Holy crap.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Yeah, it's beautiful. And is he an American or the majority? He sounds he's
He
Italian.
sounds it's a low American.
Yeah,
well, it's
maybe.
Mark, not Marco.
Oh, it's
Be
Mark.
Marco.
And look
You
at
know
he
what I mean?
wears his pants like he's another one wearing the Mork and Mindy pants.
Easy John Ford would have loved them. Yeah.
John Ford, yeah, beautiful. He's got a cowboy. He's got little loafers on, and his giant fedora, more Panama. Yeah, I mean this is that a calculated look. People who dress like that. This is calculated. It's not just personal style. This is
So now you see why he'd do the doodles instead of
Yeah,
big
maybe.
sleeves and stuff.
yeah.
He's more of a doodles kind of guy, but he has great hands, and I think he fucked them up. But that's just me.
With
Yeah,
art
for
like
sure.
that, you would think that I don't
Yeah.
know, he might go for something a little more intricate, if anything. But
Right.
I'm not. He can be himself. You're allowed to express yourself, but it doesn't mean that it always looks good.
That watch
Anyway.
is just, oh Jesus Christ! Almighty.
It's all tropical. It's nipple dial.
Mm.
So they're nipple indices. Look.
Look at
And
that.
it's tropical chocolate, and the kind of auburn
Mm.
burgundy or whatever is gone even more brown around the
Yeah.
bezel. I mean, I bet you
What
old
size
watch
was
lady
that
has
watch?
one of these things. That is a 40 mil, but it's the old
Oh.
GMT 40 mil, so it would be under 40 mils technically.
Mm.
You know, you get a caliper on it, it's probably 39. Do you know what I mean?
Right, sure.
They wore smaller, you know.
Mm.
But that is the photo of this whole article, man. It's just everything. The color is just incredible in that. Okay, this chap,
Okay.
bigger boy, Sean Kolenko.
This is not what I mean with the rings. I don't like these rings. Okay.
No, you have to watch it. We're going to make you stare at that now
Stop.
for your sins. Those rings.
Oh my gosh, no. See, it doesn't, like I'm saying, it doesn't work with everybody. It doesn't.
With his little Navajo purse.
You know that phobia when
girl.
you see like a lot of clusters together? This is giving me that.
Why does he have a purse in his hand?
Because he needs to keep his things in something.
Well, I'm sure there are 600
lipstick?
pockets in that
You know,
jacket. So
blusher.
that watch looks tiny
eyeshadow.
on him.
Exactly. That was the first thing. Like, he's a big butch fella,
He's-
look.
Yeah.
And This
Yeah.
is a old, I don't know, probably 16, 710 or 750 or something. And
Yeah.
the vintage
Yeah.
Pepsi.
Yeah.
They don't wear that big. That would look great on you, Dirk.
Oh.
Really good on
Oh
you.
man, would it ever?
Oh my God. And Michaela, if you ever get a GMT, this Drew Barrymore wears one of these watches.
Yeah.
You don't have to be a fan of hers, but if you see her, she on her show, you'll see that, or pretty much that watch. I'm not sure exactly which model she has, but roughly the same thing. And
Yeah.
you'll see how it wears on a woman.
I'd leave it out in
Quite
the
a
sun a little
powerful
longer.
piece. Yeah,
Yeah,
out in
I'll
the
check
sun.
that out. I remember you mentioning that last time.
Yeah, the bezel looks like it's been replaced.
Yeah,
this
it
is
looks
pretty
new.
much what happens. It's a new bezel.
Yeah.
Doesn't have the serifs on the bezel, so it's probably a service bezel.
Yeah,
You don't get the service ones.
Leave the original faded one on there. Oh boy.
Yeah, that'll look better. And you can tell by the bracelet as well. It's been worn in and so on. It's been around for a while, but it's been serviced. I mean, he's color coordinated. At least that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And is he with the cowboy? Is that the cowboy? That looks like the jacket.
Cowboy fella might be walking along next to him. Yeah, he's got the better hands. Yeah, they're hanging out together. This next one is, of course, the Omega Speedmaster, the new version
new
on
one's
the rubber
right,
strap.
Yeah.
I can't tell which one is there, if it's the blue or it looks like the blue, doesn't it?
Does look like could be
Yeah,
black.
it's not the green.
No.
Could be black because it's picking up different light, because that is a black strap.
Black
so it's
strap.
probably black.
Yeah.
I don't think that watch suits what he's wearing. I
Not
don't
at
know
all.
who he is. It doesn't really say who he is.
No, it's too sporty.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's not really matching with everything. He should have gone for a reverse or a Cartier or something.
Yeah. Love the watch, not in this particular context.
I don't like his backpack, and I feel like the fabric looks kind of cheap on his.
Can we talk
suit
about
jacket.
backpacks for a
And I
minute?
don't like that he's wearing the t-shirt. Yes, sir, please. I've been waiting for someone else to talk
Okay,
about
so
backpacks.
I think backpacks are for camping. And I think they should be illegal, especially on metropolitan systems and or airports. Because one, it looks horrible. And two, people don't realize how much real estate they're carrying on their back. And when they move, they slam into you. They're completely unaware of their spatiality.
You know?
So whenever you encounter somebody with a backpack, and I don't care if it's Carl Frederic or Gucci or any of the great accessory companies, take it camping. Don't
Yeah,
take it to the
exactly.
airport. Don't get on a plane. I don't know why people think it's a thing. Get a valise. Get a gorgeous bag. Get a great roller. It looks sexier. It's way more accomplished looking. A backpack is just, I don't give a fuck. Is what it is. It's horrible.
Exactly.
And
It's
it's
very
slamming.
juvenile too.
It's so juvenile. Put
It's
your
a-
school books in it. Yeah.
yeah, it's school, camping, or something practical, hiking. It's not really like I see so many businessmen come here and they're coming here to do some work, have meetings, and they look pretty nice. They're in suits and they have nice dress shoes, and then they have a backpack for their laptop. And it's like, get yourself a nice briefcase, like
Gorgeous briefcase.
full grain leather, something simple. It doesn't have to be some crazy brand, but a nice deep rich brown color. You will look like a man.
You'll look
Take
like
it
a
from-
man.
yeah,
Listen
take
to
it-
her.
You don't want to look like a Mormon boy. You want to look like a man, and the Mormon boys are always wearing the backpacks.
It's
The
so
Mormon
true.
the Mormon boys are so sweet. By the way, I had a story where my sister and I, we used to have a condo together, and when we were moving in, she found this amazing vintage couch, and it weighed 1,000,000 pounds. I have no idea how she got it in her car, but we had to take it up to, a floor, so up a huge set of stairs. Just us. We had no one helping us, and we couldn't do it. And there were some Mormon boys walking by with their little backpacks, and their little,
Yes, always.
their little button-up shirts.
Yeah.
And they walked past us, and they're like, "Can we help you?" And we're like, "Oh my gosh!"
Oh, they're sweet.
Yes,
They're
you
sweet.
Can.
Oh, yeah.
They
I knew
helped
Mormon.
us.
I
They're
knew
so
Mormon
sweet.
lads when we were kids. They would come around our house. They'd hear us playing Rush. They'd be like,
Mormons in
"Oh my
Ireland?
God, is that?" Yeah, they come over to Ireland trying to spread the news. By the way, just to give Carl Frederic a plug, because
You
they
should. Look at that.
every time I go on a trip, they pay for everything. This is the sort of thing we're talking about, correct?
Oh, look at those bags. They're
So nice.
stunning.
right.
Simple, refined.
I just gave away. Well, no, I didn't give it away. So, it was sold like 6 times over on the channel last week, the weekend bag. But like, if you need something with a laptop or books or ledger or whatever, this is perfect.
Yeah.
You
I
know,
don't know.
beautiful,
If I was
stylish.
if I was in an airport bar having a cocktail and a gent walked in with a GMT in that bag, I'd go upstairs to his room and fuck him.
There's also different versions as well. There's like weekend bags,
Look at
briefcases.
these
Look at
bags;
these
are
lighter
gorgeous.
ones.
This
Oh,
is
this is a
style.
new one.
Look
Oh,
at
this
that.
is a new one. I didn't know they made this one. This is brand new.
It's the
Okay.
two-tone briefcase. Yeah, look at
Two-tone
that.
briefcase, baby.
I gotta say, cognac is where it's at.
Yeah,
Oof.
I so agree.
Ooh.
I so agree. Cognac or like a deep
Mm.
Bordeaux. So
Deep
beautiful.
Bordeaux, yeah, like a Cordovan. Oh,
Yeah, sickening. So
look at
good.
that. That's beautiful. And you know what? Look at that. It's gorgeous. And you've got a backpack on, and you're getting on a first class flight, and you're gonna slam me in the face when you turn around in that skinny aisle. They're unaware of how there's a foot behind you.
They
Yeah.
have to take them off here in Venice on the public boats.
Good.
They're told immediately, take that damn thing off, because people turn around, yeah, and they whack a little old lady in the face with their fucking stupid big backpack.
Yeah,
on.
and you know, honestly, backpacks, they are just very utilitarian. And I know that there are some nice brands, like Dirk was mentioning, like people walk
Sure.
around this like little, and I'm not crazy about Louis Vuitton personally, but I see people walking around with it,
No.
you know, and I understand like that's an expensive bag and it's cute for you, but at the same time, it's like the way that you present yourself is how you're going to be treated, like it or not. Whether you think it's
Yes.
shallow, whether you think it's shallow or vain, it doesn't matter. It's the reality of life and human interaction. And if you don't care, then you don't care. But if you do, it is important to keep that kind of stuff in mind with everything that, especially in the business world, traveling, whatever it may be, to be taken seriously. I don't know, just little details like that. You would be surprised at how much it increases your, I'm not saying your personal value because that's not true, but just the way people look at you. And
Your
people might
worth
hate you.
perception is what it does.
There you go. Yeah. So it's not like
It's
your true
perception.
value,
Everything's
but
perception.
the perception.
This is
Right.
the one I gave Lydia for Christmas.
Oh, the Ashby. Look how classic that is.
What color? You gave her
Well,
the black one?
I have both. I had both. This one just sold on the channel last week because it was sitting in brand new in the box. But I had both, and she just moved to Milan like a month before that, and I was like, "Do you want the cognac or the black?" She's like, "Give me the black," because it's Milano.
cool.
It's like so Milano,
Yeah,
right?
that's cool.
Yeah. So
Fantastic.
yeah, there's good stuff. Like, guys, get some decent bags. It makes such a difference.
Listen, it's not wearing a man wearing an accessory like a bag is not fruity or emasculating in any way. A backpack doesn't make you look anything other than a douche. It's just the worst. I don't care who makes it, and I know that Louis Vuitton. First of all, it used to be only the best prostitutes in France wore Louis Vuitton. Now somehow
Now
it
the
became
worst ones do.
the worst ones. They're just.
By the
And
way,
this was-
old watch lady says that's not a good GMT. We were talking about the GMT earlier. Well,
let's not
it's not
talk
going to
about-
stand up to your GMTs, old watch lady. She's good.
I followed her Instagram and
Me
it's
too.
crazy. Her collection of watches. I'm like, every day something new.
I think I
It's
broke down
crazy.
crying.
Yeah, you want to see faded bezels and original
I was
shit.
like- That's my dream. No, that's my dream. No, that's that. And then I had an aneurysm. She's got the sickest collection I've ever seen in my entire life. And not only that, I'm going to blow a little smoke up old watch lady's ass. It's curated in such a way that every piece is special. It's
my
not like
God,
she has
yeah.
any throwaway crap. These are well thought out pieces, beautiful specimens of each one. I mean, I was amazed by it. So it's the best collection I've ever seen anybody have. So it's gorgeous.
I
Yeah.
concur.
Kudos.
I
Yeah.
concur. This guy is
Get her.
doing. I don't know who. Sorry,
I said, get her.
what did you
Your
talking
little
about?
fringe purse.
Oh,
I
this.
hate that.
It's horrible. Ugh. And his doodles.
Okay, for one, this is one of the best. This is one of the best Datejust that exists. This is the Datejust 36 with the Buckley dial. These are
Yeah.
printed Roman numerals on the Jubilee. This is the Harrison Ford watch from the movie Frantic. That's what he has on there. It's a little small on him, But that's what he's got on there. Everything else is gross to me. The fucking
Skull
jeans are
rings, those
grotesque.
jeans. What is this, 1987? Is he going to see Def Leppard?
The doodles, the rings.
I love it.
You like that skull?
I like the skull ring.
Oh, you're
so
a weirdo.
you're a weirdo, first of all. No,
There's
I
no
know.
doubt about that.
Yeah, I mean, I hate his outfit. Maybe
The
his hair's
fringe
cool.
purse is just.
I don't like
know.
this. I don't like this. I don't know, 80s denim. I don't know what that is. It's just
It's
not.
the worst denim
horrible.
ever.
It's
Ever.
so bad.
Stonewashed.
I feel like having such a nice watch with just like an FU ring like that, it's so badass. I don't know. I like it. But the thing is, wearing that tassel purse is really bringing down the vibe. I don't know. If he was wearing some black trousers, got rid of the purse, and maybe a nice bag that we were just talking about.
Yeah,
like,
he's got to put away the Harry Styles records. Enough already.
Oh my gosh, I know. Stop it.
Stop it. Yeah, it's terrible.
Harry No Styles. That's what it's
I
name
have to move on. This
Thank
guy's
you.
pretty suave. He's got a vintage day date with some sort of stone dial. It's hard to make out what it is. This dude's got a ring as well. What is his name? I pulled him up on other photos. Who is he? Some sort of character. Angel Ramos is his name.
Is he wearing like Gucci Havana shoes?
Let me see what he's got on.
They look like. Are they? Is there a green and red stripe on them?
I can't
I
see.
like the guy on the first of all. The guy on the left is very handsome, and I don't generally go for fuchsia or purples, but I think his look is pretty cool. It's got
it's
a very
fresh.
isn't it fresh?
Sorry.
It's got
Yeah.
the shirt is also pale pink, isn't
Pale
it?
pink, yeah.
Yeah, he's handsome as well. He looks great. Great
He looks
haircut.
cool.
Yeah, he looks. This guy's cool.
He's flamingoing, not peacocking.
Right. The other two guys look like they could get you some cocaine at half price at the bar at the Fountain Blue.
Yeah.
This guy on the
Yeah.
right looks like Lester Diamond from Casino, the Scorsese
bit,
movie. Yeah.
Mm.
The Hustler. The
I like
two-bit
the
Hustler.
brown jacket with the cream colors, though. It's a nice color
Yeah.
scheme he's got. It's very smart. It's very. I feel like he looks very gangster, but like a clever one. And those, wearing those cream trousers is risky. If you're going to be eating and drinking and wine and whatever.
This is the
taking a
dude
risk.
again. I think this is the
Oh,
one.
those
Yeah,
are
it's
the-
very risky. Yeah, if you eat any pasta, that'll splash the sauce on your fucking
Yeah.
shirt. This is the day date. It's got some sort of red dial. This is cool. Some sort of stone or Stella dial or something interesting going on there. It's kind of burgundy looking. What do you think of those glasses, though?
I hate them. They're Tom Ford, and they're the first Tom Ford
I
iteration.
always see Tom Ford with those glasses. Those exact
Because he
glasses.
wears them all the time, and they're the weirdest shape. I think they look like they're drooping. They droop over
Yeah,
some.
that does bring your face down. You're like a melted candle, like just.
Yeah, I
falling
never really
down.
understood that at all. They're the Troys, the Tom Ford Troys. And they when he first left Gucci and started his first thing that he came out with was sunglasses and then later on makeup and then of course back to fashion. But that sunglass was a big seller and I hate them. I think they're really ugly.
If I was forced to wear a ring, that's about as far as I'd go.
I think that's a tattoo.
No, that's a tattoo. He has a ring
pinky
on
ring.
that. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's got nail
If
polish
you
in it.
hate like lots of rings, wearing one on your pinky it's perfect.
If you're in the mafia.
Exactly. I really like men that look like hitmen. That's my type.
Oh, you're like the dangerous lads.
Like Israeli hitmen.
Yeah,
Okay.
Mossad.
Yeah,
This guy
Mossad.
could be this guy could be Mossad.
This
Look
guy
at
is
him.
he's Mossad sexy.
Yeah, he's got Mossad looks off him,
Yeah,
right?
he does.
Yeah. Good big cleft, good face and good lips on him and stuff. Yeah. But this is nice.
What's that collar called, Oshin?
I don't know. I can't remember. Tell me.
No, we talked about it last week.
Okay, well tell me. I can't fucking
Shawl.
remember.
It's a shawl.
A shawl.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's a shawl.
No, I've got lots to think about here. I'm trying to fucking click
This-
people's comments and go
That
through
shirt
photos.
is divine, whatever it's made out
Yeah, no,
That is
I
beautiful.
agree 100% that.
of. That looks so
Collar.
breathable. He's got big hands, this guy,
If
too.
you took that jacket off too, it's still like your outfit looks so
Yeah.
great still.
I feel like this is your guy, Michaela. I mean, you're into this kind of dude. You know, he's got a
Not
bit of ring.
quite.
He's a bit
Not
gangster.
quite.
I mean, that is a tattooed ring right there that he got. He's drinking a Negroni probably, or maybe it's an old fashioned or something. The
like
watch
tattoos.
is monumental. It's fucking, you know, that's a power watch. Again, it's going back in time.
Imagine if
Watch
he just
lady
had,
probably has 2 of them.
imagine if he was wearing just a cool like lapel pin, though, just something to match the watch, just something small. That would be such a nice touch. Because it's a lot of pale. It's a lot of pale, which I like, but just a little, just to bring it together, just a little touch of gold in the, I guess, yeah, the shawl is the lapel, but it does feel kind of like a crime to put a pin in a shawl, but it might be cool looking.
Yeah.
It's a great look. The whole thing, the shirt and the jacket. Yeah. It's a
Imagine
win.
if you had a pocket square though, just
it would be
little,
just a little extra.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is he wearing a? What? Can we see his pant? Is he wearing a pink pant?
I can't. No, it's yes, it is.
Yeah,
it's pink. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So pink pocket square would have been perfection.
Oh yeah, I see that. That's cool.
Yeah,
And he's matching the pinky ring with the watch. That's all right.
Yeah.
I'll let him away with it. Rings still freak me out a little bit.
That shirt is, oh man.
But I hate that. I don't like tattoos. I've never liked tattoos. I don't like
tattoos either.
Ring tattoo. It's like,
I don't think
if
it
that's
adds anything to anybody.
if that's his wedding ring, just getting that tatted. Imagine if you ever got divorced. You're just like perpetually, endlessly married.
Laser.
Yeah, I guess. Take like 20 treatments to get it off.
Yeah, it would take 20
pain. Anyway.
Have we reached the end? Let me see. Again, a good look. These are all good looking fellas. That's nice. Except for Lester Diamond over here.
Can we zoom in on his shoes?
Yeah, I was gonna say, are those like
which one's his
clogs?
Yeah.
What the heck are those?
They look like they're a little cloggy.
They're like Havana shoes. This guy's got his Marlboro Ultra Golds. Get a cigarette case. You really want to look cunty.
Those kind of look like, Japanese like flip-flop types, but it's not. It's a whole shoe, but that's what it looks like on top of the wood.
But he's got white socks on, doesn't he?
Yeah, socks and sandals is what it looks like, even though it's not.
Yeah.
That's pretty awful. This guy's doing it well. Instead, if that was an Italian, this guy's clearly not Italian. He maybe is Mossad.
Yeah.
Because it's coming all the way down.
The break is too high. But the guy next to him is perfection. Look at that.
Yeah, but I think if this was an Italian, there'd be 2 inches of fucking weird, awkward ankles sticking out there, like a weird neck.
Yeah.
I'm not into that.
They wear the high
water.
The
Italians do
Aqua
that.
Alta, pantalone, aqua alta.
Yeah, it's for the high water. They just roll them up. Yeah. Maybe it is a Venetian thing.
We always called them high waters when we were kids.
You what?
When we were kids, people who wore their cuff high, we used to call it high waters.
Oh.
So it really is aqua alta.
There it is.
Yeah. I would put also, nobody's got belts on. Did you notice there's not a belt to be found?
Yeah, because I feel like everything.
Oh, there's a belt.
Most things are very tailored. Guy's got a belt. So.
Yeah. He's got a Daytona as well. I love that.
Yeah,
jacket.
A belt would fix a lot of stuff there. Yeah, this guy's got a Daytona. I don't know who it is. He's got the Marlboros in his hand, which is much better than a phone.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's
a bad habit, but it looks cooler than a phone, yes.
Does look sexy.
Yeah.
Hollywood made it nice. George Harrell made it very sexy.
He's got this beautiful dark black, it's proper black velvet. What is that? Silk? What is that?
That is
linen.
Like satin. No, the shirt is like satin. It could be just
it's an interesting material. Looks good in the sun, especially with his skin.
Yeah. It matches with the watch.
Does match with the watch. Yeah.
He's got it on alligator. Look at that thing. I think that's a cool look with the Marlboro in his hand. Fucking great photo.
Marlboro gold in the.
When you look at the little details, like in the shirt, with
pocket
the
pack.
tiniest bit of sheen, the shirt is very simple. It's black, but with that tiny bit of sheen in the sun, it adds this detail, and that's what sprezzatura is all about. Is the most smallest details that look effortless, but it really works. And I feel like, I don't know, when people go to Pitti Uomo, there's little details you can look out for. Not all of them classify sprezzatura, but that's not mainly what I'm focusing on. But the certain way they comb their hair, the way they're posing, the way they're walking, everything's like a photo opportunity.
Mhm.
But it's kind of beautiful, and the energy, from what I've heard, and this is why I want to go, is really high. And actually, quite a few women attend, even though it is exclusively a menswear event. That doesn't mean women can't attend and enjoy it and have a great time and meet these really cool men.
Oh,
But yeah, it
no.
just seems like such a good energy experience. Yeah.
I want to get through these real quick. This is a reversed.
Do you see it?
So this is the old style reverso with no. It's not a dual
nothing.
face. It's a regular reverse. So he has it turned around the other way. He cannot read the time. It is purely a bangle.
Bracelet.
It's a bracelet. That's it. That's all it is.
And he has
Very
a
interesting.
smartwatch on the other wrist.
On the other side, he's got a black
So gross.
Apple Watch. Yeah, not
Just
the best.
why?
Leave them at the gym.
Did you really need to track your steps today? Like, come on, calm down. Today.
A lot of people do the smartwatch on one arm and the
they do.
classic watch on the other. It's
They
a
do.
But
thing.
should they? But should they?
But should
That's
they?
the question.
But should they? This next guy, I've got nothing to say. The watch is grotesque.
The Piaget.
This is Piaget.
Meal.
It's so ugly. It doesn't even look like a watch.
This looks like a Richard Mille, doesn't it? But it's a Hublot Spring Spirit of Big Bang chrono.
It's horrible.
It's horrible. Hublot just want to be AP or Richard Mille. They just
Right.
want to
Yeah,
be
it
someone
looks
else.
so copycat. It looks so
Yeah.
copycat.
I thought it was Richard Mille. Wow, that is.
Yeah,
they should sue
at
them
first
for that.
glance.
Oh, there are so many brands who try to ride the coattails of others. And this is a great last photo. We can finish on
Well,
this with the most
sure.
monumental fucking watch ever made.
Yeah.
And he has this beautiful strap. What is that kind of canvas?
A canvas that matches
Textile.
his shirt exactly. Look at that.
Almost exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Yeah, that's what you do. The Speedmaster is a strap monster. You can reinvent your
Every
watch
time.
every single
Every
day.
outfit.
And
Get one watch, get
wow.
30 straps.
It looks good with his shirt. It really
Looks
does.
great. That's a very
But
high.
you
that
see the
watch-
little thing hanging down. That needs to be sorted out. You see if you
Yeah,
zoom in.
Yeah.
oh,
it's
this
good.
part.
Yeah.
He has a keeper on. It's just sticking out from the keeper.
Yeah.
The keeper is just out of sight. So
Yeah.
you would rather the keeper be hold the actual very tip of the strap
I don't know. There's no
because
perfect
it
world
would
for
come
me.
out. It would probably come out then.
I
You've
know
got to
it.
push
There's no
push it
perfect,
through the
there's-
keeper.
There's
Yeah.
no perfect solution. I know.
No.
I know.
But that watch has been over polished, by the way.
Yeah, it's been around the block a few
Look
times.
at that. That has been. Look at the liar lugs are almost
yeah, they're all,
nondescript now.
yeah, they're gone. Yeah, I guess
Wow.
it got a fair beating, and then it went to some.
Yeah. Got it serviced
fast.
and they went
Yeah.
to town. Yeah.
They went, yeah, they just fucking wore the shit down. Real Omega wouldn't do that. They would actually just fill in the
They
the
would.
dings
They
with
totally would. Yeah.
surgical steel and
Mhm.
reinvent the edges. But still, hey, it's still a speedy.
Still speedy. Looks
fucking
great.
classic.
That also looks like new indices, new hands. Everything looks new on it. New bezel. It looks completely serviced.
Yeah, it's been recently serviced.
Yeah.
That's a 3580.00 or something
Probably,
like
yeah.
that. Yeah. Anyway, on the strap, looks great. You can't go wrong with the Speedy Man on anything. Great hands, great arms, the whole thing. He knows exactly what he's doing with his watches. God bless him. Good job, whoever you are. I don't think there was a name on it. It was just spotted on a Mega Speedmaster Professional on a textile strap.
Yeah, I'd
All
love
right.
to see his whole presence. That would be great. To see his
Yeah, that
whole-
would. To see everything else. Yeah.
I have a feeling it's good.
Yeah, I have a feeling too.
I like
Just
that
the
material. It's
sizing.
interesting. Is that like
Burlap.
velvety? I can barely burlap.
Oh, the
Like,
shirt.
it's kind of hard to. Yeah. Oh yeah. No. Okay. Zoomed in. It's not.
No, no, it's
That's
like
so
a flannel.
pretty. I love the intricate design of the fabric.
Yeah, it's
used in it.
beautiful. Yeah, it's
Just
nice.
adds such a nice sheen when the sun hits it. So cool.
Looks great. Yeah. I think the strap is burlap though. Look at it.
This thing.
Yeah. If you get in there, you can see that the weave,
Oh yeah. Interesting.
or it could be hemp.
It could be hemp. What a perfect sizing for his wrist as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gorgeous.
Always end the night
So
with the speedy
masculine.
kids.
So masculine.
You can never
Same
go
as
wrong.
the Seamaster.
Yeah.
Omega rules, man. It just rules. Okay, I think we've gone over it. It was really interesting. I learned a lot, as I always do.
Me too.
Any last comments here? Tim writes, Upvote and super chat your questions or requests to support the show. I can't wait to start working on my look for the next Pitti Uomo. Yeah, the guys from the community. I think they're going to go to the summer one.
Yeah, Tim Ray, are you going to the summer Pitti Uomo or are you going to winter?
I think he's going to summer. They were talking about it the other day.
Are they really going to go?
Yeah, I'm going to go too, man. You've got to come over for it.
When
You're going to the summer one? I thought it was the winter. Sorry.
I was going to go to the next. I might go to the next one anyway. I might just go to both. Florence is 2 hours on a train.
I would imagine the summer one happened already. It was the beginning of summer.
Yeah, it just happened. Just happened. That's what we were looking at.
Let us know the process of getting a ticket and just being someone who, because unless you have a certain occupation or business and you're a large buyer, you can't necessarily shop at any of the, in the event center. But I want to know the experience of going, what it's like for normal people attending. Just you should go and let me know.
I don't know if I'm going to qualify as normal people because for one, it's the influencer shit with the channel, and two, I'll call Canali or I'll call Pop Magazine. I'll call Ashley Heath from Pop Magazine. See, he's probably going, and we're the best of buddies. He'll be like, "Fuck yeah, come along and we'll wear Daytonas or something," Yeah. And then I'll get my in. His daughter will probably be modeling at it or something. It'll be like that. So I don't know if I'll just be the regular dude. Okay, I was at the Watches and Wonders. I just bought a ticket, but that was different.
Yeah. There might be criteria to get into this thing. You might have.
If Canali wanted to dress me for it, I'll why not?
On their website, it looks like they have a section for PR, press, and journalists and influencers and things like that. So you have to fill out a form in order to get really in. But I think just being on the outside with all the people there networking, it's not the same difficulty. But I am curious because I find it difficult to actually learn how to get in 100%. But I can study more. I'm just curious.
If you got a connection with any brand or any magazine, I think you're probably in. If you're connected with any of those, you're probably in. So if by we'll keep doing these episodes every week, you'll get more and more popular. I think you should come along then to the summer one next year. Also, Sean, a big viewer on the community channels and on Tim Wrights, is a very, very dapper guy. He's always wearing Brunello Cucciolini and so on. I believe he has a connection to get in next year. At least that's what he was saying the other night. So I think it would be a great thing to kind of build up to. But anyway, I might just go to the winter one myself anyway, just to check it out and feel out the situation and whatever.
Let us know how it goes. That's something to look forward to. I think it's in January too. After Christmas is over and everyone's depressed, there's something to look forward to.
Get to wear great coats though, for the winter.
I know. I was going to say the layering opportunities for the winter. It's
guanti,
so fun.
Guanti. Your Italian's getting good, man. Yeah. I'll watch Lady Dirk. You're my hero. Thank you. I don't know what you said. It was probably the thing earlier about the collection. Well, I was going back through
knocked out. She's like a curator at the Louvre because none of it was superfluous crap. It was all every specimen of every iteration she had was the perfect one. That was what was killer. Watches that took me forever to love. Now I love, crazy faded dial GMTs. That's all she had.
She doesn't have any of the new hype pieces at all.
Beautiful things. I was like, wow, this is so much care and preparation. I saw the Snoopy, of course.
Yeah. She probably has a couple of them, the older one as well, knowing her. Wow. But it's great to have her in the community here as one of the members.
Legend, absolute legend.
Spaniards, $10.
Spaniard.
Oh, it's Spaniard. Sorry, I'm not. Sorry, I was like, we're gonna eat it out of me. Sorry, I'm trying to read ahead to see if there's anything gross in the. Just before I start reading something.
Sure, yeah. You're worried about
proofread it. I love you, my friend. So I have small wrists. I'm not able to pull off GMT subs, etc. Oh, you must have very small wrists then. Bought an OP36. That's perfectly good, man. The yellow one. Okay, the lemon one's hard to get. Your thoughts on the piece? My skinny wrist, dude. That's what I envy you, man, because you can get more watches than I can. You've got more selection. Half the watches we just looked at, you could wear, and I can't wear them. So you're in a better position, man. There's nothing to be worried about there. And of course, the yellow 36 OP, beautiful, classic,
Beautiful.
also very fresh summer watch. So many things you can wear with that watch over the coming months now. And you can work on your tan just like I am. Guys, it was a good one. I really
It's
enjoyed
fun.
that one.
Super fun. Always a pleasure.
We'll see everyone in the chat at Pitti Uomo in the summer, right?
Pitti Uomo.
Please
We'll
don't
just
wear
have to get some
streetwear.
hats. I actually have an incredible hat that I ruined. And
What is it?
I'm go-
Sorry, I'm interrupting.
You want to get shocked?
Yes.
So it came in. I got this at Bergdorf Goodman about 20 years ago, and I couldn't find it. And I found it. It fell out of the hat box into the closet, and it is a fedora. It is ready for this? This is going to be so sad for everyone to see. It's Yves Saint Laurent.
Yves
Tom
Saint Laurent.
Ford
Oh,
for Yves Saint Laurent.
interesting.
Tom Ford for Yves Saint
Interesting.
Laurent, and it was sitting at the bottom of my closet underneath a recording console, an 8-track recording
Oh.
console. So I've got to go find a milliner. I was like, "Where's that hat?" I opened up the hat box. I have a giant Bergdorf Goodman hat box on my shelf, and I was like, "Oh, I haven't worn a hat in a long time," and it wasn't in there. I had put it in the closet. It was on a hook. It fell and it got crushed. So I have to
Oh.
find a milliner
You can
to
fix it up. Yeah, it
to
looks all
fix it up.
sad.
It's look at it. It's a mess, but it's
But it's
still
cool, though.
intact.
It's cool. It looks good, but yeah, definitely get it fixed up.
Yeah,
But you should definitely. Hats are great, you know,
Look, it's so
especially
sad.
at a thing like Pitti Uomo.
This was like a $500 hat.
Mike Lewis, Michaela, what's the painting on the wall? Funny you
This
ask.
is a depiction of the first ever cafe house, traditional Viennese cafe house in Vienna, Austria. The translation of the name is the Blue Bottle. This is Kulczycki, the founder. And so in Vienna, there's a huge traditional Viennese cafe house culture. He's the one that started it all in the late 1600s. Yes.
Amazing painting.
Love
And they're
this
all
guy,
wearing bell
Mr.
studs.
Badgas. They're all wearing those, yeah, big wide pants. Mr. Badgas, you're talking over to her too much. I know we keep interrupting.
No,
That's
no.
what we
I
do.
love chatty
That's
people.
what we
I
do.
love chatty people. You know, it's hard to talk to people when they're not like when people are able to interrupt a little bit. It's good for me because that's what I do and I need it in return so I don't feel guilty. Like I prefer it. I like when people are like chatty and they have passion about what they're talking about.
Well,
Thank you for saying that. I don't feel that way though at all.
Old watch lady, she got a mayor, John Mayer. That is a hype piece, in fairness. Okay, well, you've got one new hype piece. Fair enough.
whoa.
Maybe the one everyone wants the most. All right, so the time flies. I'm heading over to Tim's very good point. I'm going to send everybody over to Tim Wright's show. You guys want to talk watches into the wee hours of the morning? He'll be over there. I might make an appearance myself at some time during the evening. Just leave it running, guys. There's nothing you have to do. You don't have to click on anything. It'll actually do it all automatically for you. Thank you, Dirk and Michaela, as always. Guys, there's Michaela's channel in the chat. There's the link. I'll post it again. Boom. Go over and give her a sub.
Do it now.
She talks about style, about fashion, about class, about etiquettes.
Thank
And
you.
lots of
Yeah,
other
I just did
stuff.
a men's shoe video. So go watch it. If you
Ooh.
want to see a good collection of Cortez, Justin Fitzpatrick, Crockett and Jones Bond shoes,
Mhm.
check it out. I'm physically showing them, so
Oh,
that's what's
great.
cool about it. Yeah, it's not perfect, but it's a fun one. So go check that one out.
Fantastic.
Awesome.
Thank
I
you.
will see you guys this time on next Monday in 1 week. I don't know
1
what
week.
we'll be talking about then, but
Something.
we'll come up with something fun. That was
Sounds
a really
great.
fun show.
It was.
All right, guys.
Bye, kids. Have a good night.
Passion police. Out.